It is November 22nd, 2019. Trump, I want a trial. Yes, he wants the Senate. He wants the Senate to conduct an impeachment trial. And yes, he does want it to go on for some length. Ah, the drama that the majority of Americans just love. I turned on car radio yesterday, the car radio. Oh, let's just listen to the news. Maybe they're talking about something different. No, I hear Sean Hannity. So we're definitely going to get those FISA documents December 11, right? Yes? We're going to get them? Oh, yes, you will. Yes? It's definitely. It's locked in December 11. Do you realize that mainstream media and our government that includes Democrats and Republicans have been on the same page? The page has not turned since Trump got into the White House. We're still doing this. Now we're putting on the really big shoe. Ah, baby boomers, remember that? Bring it on. Trump wants Senate trial of some length if House impeaches. I'm sorry. The majority of Americans are pathetic. They will not get out of the matrix. They will not. They'll hang on to it for dear life, and that includes awake Trump supporters. Everything has become very, very obvious that Trump is part of, well, let's just see, and this could be, well, loud, because it needs to be loud.
8 o'clock, Sunday night, there's a man comes around and he makes things right. Everybody's feeling gay when they hear this fella say,
there's a really big shoe tonight. A really big shoe tonight.
we got 16 tons of atomic ore, we got next year's Army, Navy score, and the first 4 battles of the Civil War.
It's a really big show tonight.
It's a really big show tonight.
Shoe, not show.
It's a really big show tonight.
Now you've got it. We've got a spaceship blasting off for you, and an in-person visit from the entire Bronx Zoo.
And the guy who invented Asiatic food.
It's a really, really big one tonight.
Don't you love to hear and say,
Here's...
Everything in our life has just been a really big shoe. And we continue to slip into greater and greater madness. Because, well, I want a trial and the American people want a really big shoe. And because of this, we're all suffering. Because of this, our country continues to go down. No, Trump has not done a friggin' thing for the American people, but he sure has made the rich richer. He is a globalist, pretending he's an anti-globalist. And what is really, sorry to say, pathetic, the awake Trump supporters who were all on the game during the Obama years, somehow, during the Trump years, where'd they go? Wow, thought we were all on the same page. We're not. So, every now and then, I get really pissed at those awake Trump supporters because they are absolutely 100% complicit with the collapse of this country. All agendas continue to just speed on through, but you're watching this really big shoe. Well, when you're not part of the madness and you're outside looking in to the madness, and you realize the ramifications, the consequences of the madness, how many people are suffering really suffering, you get angry. And I'm angry. We can't get off this. Okay. Well, let me just show you what has been going on while the really big shoe in Washington, D.C. continues. And the Democrats and Republicans are absolutely 100% a part of the really big shoe. It's all drama, staged drama, and how it is that we're focusing on one guy who, he has committed impeachable offenses, violating the Constitution over and over and over again. But Obama did that. Then Bush did that. Then Clinton did that. Then Bush did that. Then Reagan did that. Carter did that. Oh, right. So instead of focusing on truth and watching what these people are doing, no, we're going to focus on one guy. And we're going to just continue the shoe. It's sickening. It's despicable. It's immoral. But all of it is bringing us down. Collapsing. The collapse of everything continues. So, personal loans are growing like a weed, a potential warning sign for the U.S. economy, and mainstream media's job is, to put on those experts and quote them. Oh, they're surprised, those experts, to see millions of Americans taking out so much personal loan debt at a time when the economy looks healthy and paychecks are growing for many workers. The economy looks healthy. Okay, what really gets me is mainstream media also has been interviewing experts who are saying the economy is collapsing. The economy is not doing well. And then the next segment, the economy is so healthy and the paychecks of Americans are growing and more Americans are working, when that is an abject lie. And it's easy to find out that it's a lie. So why aren't Americans finding out? Because they know mainstream media lies. They know government officials lie. They know politicians lie. They know presidents lie. Because they're lazy and they're narcissistic. Self-centered. I don't care about the truth. The truth is just way too demanding, and I'm going to stay stuck in this matrix, believing all the horseshit when I really don't believe it. But I'm going to believe it. I'm going to watch the show because I love the drama, and I love hearing our leaders talk as if they never got out of 7th grade. I love it. It reflects the American people and where their mindset is. Trade wars, climate change plunge the family farm into crisis. Is it an endangered American institution? Every institution here in the United States is endangered. Collapsing. Yes, the trade wars. Trump still lying. Still outrageous, bold lies come out of that guy's mouth. It's amazing that we have these awake Trump supporters that won't look into it. Nope. I'm going to stay with my confirmation bias because I like it. Many farmers express skepticism over trade deal after Trump says, get bigger tractors. Yes, that's what Trump said, yeah. Go to Deere and buy their new tractors. That's what Trump said. This guy is so sick and twisted. He's telling farmers to go to Deere, which raised their stock. Go get those new tractors because I am going to make the greatest trade deal America has ever seen because he's unbelievably narcissistic. It's all about him. And the trade deal, that's another farce that continues. Nothing ever gets resolved in our country. Do you not get that? Nothing ever gets resolved. Everything only keeps getting worse. Because Americans have bought into the shoe. And the shoe it is. Buying bigger tractors is probably the last thing on farmers' minds. Why? Well, because, yeah, this trade war with China has, along with the weather wars, creating all of the floods, the harvest. We're going to make it really cold, and then we're going to bring on some snow. This after months and months of rain, flooding. Farmers continue to kill themselves. But hey, let's just get so distracted by those impeachment hearings. Let's just focus on getting rid of one guy who's just like the last guy, who was just like the last guy before him. Can you not see a pattern here in our country? So, yeah, we're not going to look into how many Americans are hurting every single day. No, we're going to focus on the show. Yeah, the editor of China's Global Times taunts U.S. farmers. Wait for a trade deal before getting those bigger tractors. Okay. Trump promises farmers more aid amid plunging incomes. More aid! Wow. Yeah. And guess who's getting the aid? Billionaire West Virginia Governor Jim Justice's family farm got $125,000 from Trump's bailout. Why are we bailing out? Oh, right, it was the weather. That climate change that brought about all of the flooding doesn't have anything to do with the policies that are implemented here in our country. No. It's climate change. Believe that lie, and you are 100% a part of the destruction of this country. When you don't look into weather modification and geoengineering, you won't do it, because those are the crazy conspiracy theorists, because you don't have the courage to, well, look into what the hell is going on here in our country and then speaking out about it. No, I'm just going to stay a conformist. I'm just going to be, I just want to merge into the masses and go along to get along. That's killing us. There's so much killing us. Why did the billionaire governor get aid? Well, in 2018, President Trump created a bailout program to offset farmers' losses from his trade war. Okay. So, we already know the trade war is crippling Americans financially. Don't we? Yes, we do know, right? Okay. But the trade war continues. Still no deal. China, U.S. working together to prolong this, to cripple both economies. Oh, to cripple the global economy. That's the point. That is the point. And it's unfortunate that so many people are believing the lies they hear. And they are believing those lies because it makes them comfortable, because they're self-centered, and, oh, well, if I do look into the truth, then I might have to do something. And I might even see that train wreck, that runaway train heading towards me. Then I'll really have to do something. So instead of that, I'm going to just believe all of the lies because, I just want to keep doing what I do, like watching TV, watching the drama unfold. Just want to stick with the lies, and it's really crippling a lot of people, destroying a lot of people, and killing a lot of people. And that's what pisses me off. So this bailout program to offset farmers' losses, which cut off many growers' access to their biggest market, funded through the Commodity Credit Corporation, a government entity that can borrow up to $30 million from the Treasury. $30 million. Well, there's been a lot more given in that bailout. Oh, how did that happen? Well, it circumvented congressional oversight. Why isn't Congress screaming about this? Because they're part of the show. In the first round of Trump's bailout, $8.5 billion in these taxpayer-funded Market Facilitation Program, or MFP, payments went out the door. USDA began distributing a second round of payments in August 2019, and as of the end of October, almost $6 billion had already been paid out. So the Environmental Working Group, through a Freedom of Information Act request, got the information. And where is the money going? Well, they analyzed the payments, and they found that rather than supporting small, struggling farmers, the MFP money has overwhelmingly gone to farmers who are already wealthy. Trump is making the rich a whole lot richer. He ain't about you. He doesn't love you. He shows up at these rallies, and what's going on is that he's putting on a show for you, and for you to stay tuned to that show every day, he's got to tell you how much he loves you. Well, you're listening to a psychopath, narcissistic, nutjob, sick, twisted bastard who is destroying you. It's unfortunate that a lot of Americans have just grown up in the socially acceptable, dysfunctional family, because if they had grown up in the family that is, well, pathologically narcissistic, psychopathic, and done a little bit of work on themselves, they might be able to see the sick, twisted leader destroy Americans as he's claiming he loves them and is helping them and making, America great again. It's unbelievable what we are living. So, yep, went to the wealthy, as well as to people who live in cities and other places far from the fields. Thousands of recipients have received more than the maximum payment limit USDA first announced. Oh, but it's perfectly legal thanks to loopholes in current farm subsidy law. And who wrote the legislation? Congress. They put in loopholes. Why? Well, because money is to be given to the rich. Because corporations are taking over control of all the food in our country and around the world. All these independent small farmers? You really believe that Trump loves you? Many farms are set up as partnerships, and each partner can apply for the maximum aid available. All partners are supposed to be actively engaged in farming, but that requirement can be met through a phone call about what to plant. Wow. Now, that's a lax requirement. But when you need help, when you, just the ordinary American, you gotta jump through hoops to get just a little bit of aid. Think about all those who have been flooded out by intentional flooding caused by man controlling weather. And what did you all have to do? To just get, oh, yeah, what you paid into, those premiums, insurance premium. Oh, but it's actually the flood insurance program. That's government. Okay, FEMA. So, what did you have to do? I have listened to many who have had that experience, and they never were made whole, but they sure did pay through the nose for that flood insurance, never made whole, and FEMA screwed them left and right. Oh, well, we need more documents. We need more documents. We need more documents. Oh, sorry, we lost your documents. Do it again. Family members of farmers or landowners, including spouses, children, cousins, nieces, nephews, they all can apply for aid on behalf of a business, a farm business. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay, it's in our face. It's in our face, and that's why I get upset at Trump supporters. Because they are refusing. They're willfully ignorant, just like the sleepers. Trump's hollow promise of trade war relief for small farms. Oof, boy. Our great farmers will receive another major round of cash compliments of China's tariff. Yeah, China's paying for it, just like Mexico was paying for the wall. And China's paying. Yeah. And you believe that? How do you get through to the children that you're surrounded by? How do you get through to them? The smaller farms and farmers will be big beneficiaries. In the meantime, and as you may have noticed, China is starting to buy big again. Japanese, the Japan deal done, enjoy. And he's screwing small farmers. He lies incessantly. And I don't hear much from those Trump supporters. They don't care about the small farmers. They don't care about all of the people who have been so screwed by this guy. They don't care because they want to maintain their delusion. Trump campaign advisors received $2 million in trade bailout payments. What? Yeah, 15 members of an agribusiness council that advised Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign have received $2.2 million from the federal bailout program for farmers hurt by the president's trade war. Who are these people? The Kansas Wheat Commission member, John Armstrong. He received $80,026. State Representative, North Dakota, Michael Brandenburg, received $118,106. The governor of North Dakota, from 2010 to 2016, received $256,668. Do you think these people are hurting? U.S. Representative, House Agriculture Commission. Yes, he is a Republican from Illinois, Rodney Davis. 1,000. Chump change. Or Trump change. Former president of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, 14,612. Past president, American Soybean Association, 168,000. Cotton grower, former county Republican Party chair, $874,842. Charlotte Kelly, Undersecretary for Trade and Foreign Agriculture Affairs, USDA, 6,308. Former Deputy Secretary, USDA. Former Deputy Secretary of the USDA receives $15,624. Okay, former Oklahoma Secretary of Agriculture, Jim Reese, $21,300. Marcus Rust, the CEO, Rose Acre Farms, second largest egg producer in U.S. Dairy farms are going down. Going down. Minnesota, Wisconsin, the small farmers applying for bankruptcy. But hey, we're going to give $54,000 to the second largest egg producer in U.S. How about $35,780 to the Arkansas Attorney General? How about $500,000 to Kip Tom, U.S. Ambassador to United Nations Agency for Food and Agriculture, and the Director of Nebraska's Department of Agriculture got $41,000, and the former Maine Agriculture Commissioner got close to $3,000. But what's going on here? Charlotte Kelly, who owns a 14,000 acre Tennessee cotton farm, she received nearly over $750,000. All right, yeah, billions of dollars in MFP payments have also flowed into the bank accounts of city slickers. I posted a video on this, who live in the nation's largest cities and mega farms owned by America's richest farmers, not to small, struggling family farmers and minority farmers. One of the Trump AG Council's campaign talking points: a Trump administration will change things. Oh, hope and change. You will have the government off your back and out of your pocket, and you'll also have the money flying out of your pocket. For more jaw-dropping Trump farmer bailout stories, click on this link. Yeah. What is happening is right in our face. But so many Americans love the drama. They love the really big show that Washington, D.C. puts on. They put on. I can't stand it. Okay, so how many are looking at how many Americans are being destroyed by this guy? Do they feel anything for the farmers? For the, factory workers who are being laid off because manufacturing is back in America when it's not? An bold, outright lie. We love our liars, don't we? Well, I will tell you, believing liars makes you complicit with the liar when it's obvious they're lying. You cannot have a strong moral society when you are living saturated in lies by liars and believing them. Well, it's destroying us all of us. Hey, how about let me just go through a few more headlines. Medical debt is crushing many Americans. Is the healthcare system on the verge of collapse? Everything is on the verge of collapse. So I spoke to a subscriber in the Dallas area of Texas, and her husband got into quite the accident, and he had to be, well, I think what she said, air cared to the hospital. They got the bill, $71,000 for a 40-minute trip to the hospital by helicopter. $71,000, and guess what? It was out of network. Out of network. Medications are so extremely expensive. And we hear from every political campaigner, like we heard Obama, like we heard from Trump, yes, they're going to be working on getting those medications that are sold by Big Pharma less expensive. They never do anything, and the price just keeps going up. Our medical system is collapsing, and it's deliberate as well. But the cost, well, now I hear so many people say, I am one medical emergency away from financial destruction. And we can't fix anything, right? Everything just keeps getting worse. America's workers continue to struggle despite strong jobs report. Whoa, wow, how did that happen? Why are Americans continuing to struggle? I guess they're lazy and they don't want a job, right? That's what Americans do. They point the finger at the individual. They don't want to look into the external forces that are destroying Americans. No. Well, you weren't positive enough. You're lazy. You don't want to work. You don't want to... Sick and twisted. 53 million Americans drowning in cycle of low-wage work, because that's the jobs. That's right. Get your fast food restaurant job. Goodbye, middle class. 50% of American workers make less than, interesting number, $33,000 a year. 50% of American workers are making less than $33,000 a year. Yeah. So, we're told income is going up. No, it's going down. While the cost of everything goes up. How about those pensions? 16 trillion global pension crisis. All of this is deliberate to bring about the collapse of the global economy, the U.S. economy, all economies. And people still believe the promises that are made by politicians and CEOs of corporations. They're lying sacks of shit. Hey, but I'm going to believe them. Your pensions are going. The globalists have declared war on your savings when any one of the plethora of bubbles burst. Pick your poison. And the next financial crisis impacts Wall Street and Main Street. How will the central banks and federal governments react? They have fired all their unconventional rounds of bullets, from sub-zero interest rates to fast money printing. One other proposal could conceivably be giving your deposits a haircut, much like what occurred in Cyprus following the recession. It is unfolding right now. Oh, right smack in front of your face. But hey, Americans, stay glued to those impeachment hearings that will go on, because Trump wants a really big, long show. It is unfolding right now as our globalist overlords are executing, or at least entertaining, fiscal and monetary measures to confiscate your wealth directly or indirectly, because Congress wrote in to that Dodd-Frank bill, bail-ins. And a bail-in is you ain't paying money to the IRS. The banks will confiscate your money. They will take it from you. Right smack out of your accounts. Forever war in the last 20 years cost $6.4 trillion. Yep, let's not look at those wars. Oh, Trump campaigning. I'm going to end all of those unnecessary wars. He's a military-industrial complex president. 20 years. 6.4 trillion. And where are we today? Where are we? Safer? No. No, the war on terror. It's like we have a war on this kind of nondescript thing that goes on endlessly. And they take your money to fight these supposed these wars that people actually think we have soldiers in countries that are fighting for our freedom as our freedom continues to be taken away. So, yeah, I keep going to the desktop lightning stroke. Total cost of, and this is just since, this is 18 years, 6.4 trillion. Okay, how about Agenda 2030? Is it Tempe? Arizona, is that how you pronounce it? It launches first, no cars allowed. Housing development. Smart cities continue on. 5G rollout. Oh, Trump, yes, get that 5G out there because he knows what 5G is. You know, the creation of a prison planet. 5G, millimeter wave, military have been using 5G forever to create a perimeter fence, an invisible fence with frequency. Think about those dogs who have the shock collars on. And the fence ain't there. But if it crosses that line underneath the ground, you know, the wire, it sets off a shock. 5G. You don't have to wear a shock collar. Just try to pass that invisible fence. Oh, and you'll be shocked. But hey, Americans, you'll have faster download. Sweden's central bank governor lays out digital currency vision. It's still going on. Digital money, cashless societies, they're still working it. Nothing ever, yeah, okay, we're still on the same page from the day Trump came in to now. But hey, focus on that. Bacteria-infected mosquitoes take bite out of deadly dengue. Still spreading all of those genetically modified mosquitoes. And DARPA seeks militarized microbes so they can spread genetically modified bacteria. As our life gets stranger and stranger, fiction becomes non-fiction, and more people are getting sick. They are literally transforming all life on this planet, killing off real life for their genetically modified life, transforming the planet. But hey, let's impeach Trump. Are Americans starting to recognize the surveillance state? Those who do, most don't care, and a whole lot don't want to know. Yeah, but Americans, we're brave, we're courageous. With little fanfare, William Barr formally announces Orwellian pre-crime program. William Barr, yeah, worked for the Rothschilds. Trump, during one of his bankruptcies, was bailed out by the Rothschild family. William Barr worked for the... Oh, and William Barr, he's the Commerce Secretary. Trump pick to head Commerce. William Barr, a Rothschild's man. Oh, but Trump, he's fighting the deep state. And he is anti-globalist. And he's not part of the establishment. No, yeah. Students turn against free speech and culture of conformity. Our younger generation have been thoroughly brainwashed, and they are against capitalism, free speech. They don't want that hate speech. It triggers them, and, well, the long march has paid off. Millennials love socialism. We're heading fast, really fast, into this technocracy, the a world based on communism on steroids. And everyone who won't get out of the matrix, who won't do any of the research to find out what the hell is going on, you're part of it. You are part. You're the useful idiot You are a part of the ignorant masses who allow these elite, sick, twisted bastards to make us all slaves. Biometric Big Brother. Streaming services want thumbprint verification for access. Netflix, Amazon Prime, all of the streaming, no, they don't want those passwords anymore. Thumbprint. Everything is speeding along. But, oh well, let's just do this bullshit show. Because, yeah.
Ben Hogan. Ben, hit one into the audience.
He can take your blues away. That familiar phrase has become a craze.
Really big show tonight. Yes, sirree. We've got a beauty for you tonight.
We got Noah's Ark from the far-off past. We're gonna reproduce an atomic blast. We got World War II with the original cast.
We've got a really, really, really big one tonight.
Don't you love to hear him say,
There's some Mama warriors out there. Hello, fellas.
he can take your blues away. That familiar phrase has become a craze.
It's a really big show tonight. Yes, sir. We've really got a spectacle for you this time.
We'll take a TV trip to the moon and stars. First a hop to Venus, then a jump to Mars.
Next week, Jupiter will be ours. On this show, we really get around, don't we?
It's a really big show,
Shew, not show.
and we're all gonna go.
Goo, not go.
Well, shoe or show or glue or go. We really, really, really got a big one tonight.
And guess what? Trump is your Ed Sullivan. Enjoy the show. Don't look at how many Americans are suffering around you due to the outrageous, bold lies coming out of this guy's mouth. Right? Where the hell is the picture? Well, you know what he looks like, right? It's a really big show. All links are below.